Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be having a look at how you can improve your wedges using a ProTee VX and GSPro. So let's get into it. So I think one of the easiest ways to improve your wedges is simply knowing how far you can hit each one of your wedges. So today we're going to use GSPro range software, ProTee VX, to basically figure out how far you hit your wedges, and then we can also use GSPro, the on-course practice, to basically practice those new distances. So when you're figuring out how far you want to hit your wedges, you want to have two different positions of swing. So what I tend to like to do is I'll have one where the left arm is parallel to the floor, and the next one where the left arm gets up to the shoulders, which is virtually a full swing. So in order to find out how far you hit your wedges, I'd take 3 swings at each one of these positions with all of your wedges, whether you've got 2, 3, 4 wedges. It's going to give you loads of overlapping distances effectively. So let's try and hit 3 good strikes. With that first one, I've got a 52-degree wedge. I'm using my normal game ball, my ProTee VX. So let's see how far it goes. So that one there is carried 63 yards, absolutely fine. And one thing that I do like to say to people with the wedges is it doesn't matter how far the wedge goes as long as you know how far it goes, because with a wedge you're not trying to maximize distance, you're trying to control the distance. Let me just realign that. There again, second shot, just trying to get that left arm parallel to the floor. I'm not trying to hit it uber hard, I'm just trying to get a decent strike so I can get a good average for my distances. Okay, one more. There we go, so we can see those 3 balls on there as well, pretty nicely together. So then if we go on to our little average board there, I can see total carry, average 66 yards. So if you are doing this and you hit a couple of duffs or whatever it might be, you know, I'd take your 3 best ones. If you hit 5, 6, 7 shots, whatever it might be, take out the bad ones here, use your best 3, and then you're going to get a nice average carry here. So I know that my 52 at P1, left arm parallel to the floor, goes 66 yards. So now we'll get rid of those and we'll hit 3 shots, slightly longer swing.
Ready.
So more above the shoulder. Again, I'm not trying to smash it, I'm trying to hit it as I might do on the golf course. Doesn't matter how far the wedge goes, as long as you know how far it goes. So was that 92? Okay. Decent strike.
Ready.
One more. Okay, so 3 decent strikes. Let's have a look at the average. So the average there, 93. So I've got 2 nice averages for a P1 and P2. So now that we know these, let's go on course to that distance and see how it works. So here we are, 4th hole TPC Sawgrass, quite an iconic hole. We've got the approach shot in here. I've obviously smashed the drive down there, 93 yards left in, which I now know is my little P2 52-degree wedge, where my hands are going to get a little bit above my shoulders. Again, I'm not trying to hit this hard, I'm just trying to replicate that swing that I know is going to go that distance. One of the hardest parts of wedge play is making these swings and trusting that the ball's going to get all the way to the target. So practicing like this on course to a target is something that's going to help increase that confidence, and hopefully when you get out on the golf course it's going to help you as well. So again, I'm not trying to smash the cover off the ball. A little bit right, that one. Little kick in off the bank. I'm just trying to replicate what I've done in those little wedge tests and those little yardage tests to get me to that little bit of carry and to get to that ball up there. So, you know, I mean, for me, I could stand here all day and just hit wedge shots at a target, because I think it's much more fun than hitting full shots. But you've got so many different options, and you'll start to get a bit of a feel for it. So if you feel, right, okay, it's not quite going as far as I want, or it's going, you know, a little bit too far, you can then start to play around with the speed of the shot. You know, do you need to go a little bit faster, a little bit shorter? And then if you've got, on average, your P2 goes 94 yards and you've got a 100-yard shot or whatever it might be, you can put a bit on. Or if you've got an 85-yard shot, you can take a little bit off. But you're only going to learn these skills through actually making swings and hitting these shots. So using something like this, GSPro, ProTee VX, whatever it is, doesn't have to be ProTee. It can be any launch monitor and any software. But using these sorts of things is essentially what a golf simulator's for. You know, it's for you to get better and obviously enjoy your golf outside as well. So just a little bit of a tips video on how you can get better with your wedges whilst using a simulator.